Spidey senses. Told you I'm like Doctor Strange. Multiverse. Now, I've always been big on the idea of partnership. I think it's the most important decision that you can make for yourself as an adult, especially as a straight black male. Who is your partner? Who did you partner with? For me, that decision, I've said it time and time again, it is the foundation in which I've built a lot of basically everything else. That is the foundation that I built everything else. It's funny because that was definitely a decision driven by this idea of faith. It wasn't fear as I approach my partnership. It was decisions driven by faith. I made decisions not because I was afraid of what might happen. I made decisions because I believed in what I was doing and I was ready to embrace what was next, even though I had no clue. Fear versus faith. When it comes to my marriage with my wife, it's been largely faith-based because I've just had faith in this person for whatever reason since we've met. Spidey senses. Told you I'm like Doctor Strange. Multiverse. That sort of decision, while I had faith in what I was doing, I also had a lot of fear along the way because it required me doing things that I had never done in my past. And I know from experience, it's difficult to have faith when you don't have confidence. It's difficult to have faith when you don't have confidence. When you don't have, I would even say, going back to a prior theme, exposure. How can you have faith in something if you've never even been exposed to what's possible? Fear versus faith is so powerful. When it comes to me, I had a lot of faith in that personal decision. Upon meeting my partner, I had no control over a lot of aspects of my even lifestyle, which was so new to me at that time. But I knew I wanted to experience life with her. Again, this idea of fear versus faith. If I was with her, I didn't really necessarily care what I was about to take on. Didn't necessarily mean I wasn't afraid. I didn't realize this though. Let's just take a step back. I met my wife. We got married. I met my wife, let's say May 2012. Got married September 2013. I moved to Mexico, April 2014. After we moved to Mexico, we moved to DC around January 2015. Then went to Amsterdam, August 2015. And in that time span was where I figured out I would be going to grad school in Amsterdam. A lot of things had just happened where we thought it would be one thing and it was another. There was a lot of uncertainty. Tough to have faith when you don't have confidence. When you don't have it, and it's tough to be confident when you haven't been exposed. It's tough. And I have to be honest, during that time period, I can't say there was any fear because I hadn't been exposed yet. Had not been exposed yet. No fear. Everything's new. I'm feeling unbeatable, like Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Like I could take on anything. When we got to Amsterdam, my wife and I had been married all of going on 2 years. Newlyweds. Still. My wife and I, when we moved to Amsterdam, had been married going on all of 2 years. From that period to we stayed there for 2 years. So we left in summer of 2017, early 2016. So from summer of 2015 to that early winter of 2016. When we went to Amsterdam, I had got into a graduate program at the University of Amsterdam. Now, when we talk about this fear versus faith, this is when the fear starts to kick in because I had never been like a stellar student, if you will. Like, you can ask my mom, like, I never made honor roll in high school. I did go to college and I did graduate with honors. So something clicked in college. Man, I spent a lot of time outside of the classroom in college. I wasn't the best student, but I still managed to find success in my undergraduate program. before I met my wife, and at the time when I met my wife, she'll even tell you, like, we had conversations. I had no desire to ever go to graduate school. And I would tell every person I met when I was dating, I was like, yo, I don't do that graduate shit, man. Because I hated school. I really hated school. But because I married this person and chose this person, and given their lifestyle, I couldn't dare ask them to give up what was required of them when I met them because I didn't want to go to school or because I had never left the country. It was like, you have to figure this out. Do you want this to be with this person or do you not? And so because I was with my wife, it forced me to explore things that I would have never else explored. I would have never even been open to the idea. But because of the partner I chose, it opened me up to things that I otherwise wouldn't have experienced, which is again why I say like choosing a partner is so key, because that partner should be doing something different. It shouldn't just be reinforcing the same. It should be something different there, like adding to the plate, helping you grow in other areas.